Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the first half of February 2019. This is your financial reading. This month I go live every single day at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to catch me live, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and choose all notifications so that you actually get notified. But let's see what we have coming up for you here, Sagittarius. You start off with the Jack of Diamonds. This has come up for you in the daily readings as well. Anxiety about finances. Currently, I feel like some of you could be feeling anxiety about finances, or you could have worries or fears about where your financial future is going. This is actually a good card, bad card type of thing going on here. And like I said, it represents those anxieties, but it also just represents changes, and it also represents positive news coming in about your finances. Two of Clubs says this might be something you need to talk yourself into. You have the Nine of Spades as well showing up here. Nine of Spades is like the card of temporary work, part-time position, anything like that. So there could be like, maybe you want a full-time job, but maybe all you can get right now is a temporary position or a part-time job, or maybe all you can get is something like on the side. So I feel like you might need to talk yourself into something like that. The Nine of Spades is a card of like a blessing in disguise. It says whatever you get, even if it's part-time or temporary, it says it will probably turn into a full-time position. So again, I wouldn't be afraid here to take something part-time, or something that maybe seems like less hours in the beginning, because I feel like it could turn into something much more. That card can also represent freelance work, or any type of freelance work that you could possibly imagine. So that could be literally being a freelancer, or it could be something like even doing like Uber, DoorDash, like any of those things like on the side. I feel like those would all be good options for you, especially if you're looking for extra cash or just need some extra money. I feel like those would be good options. Next, you have the Five of Hearts. This can represent jealousy at work. I would say this is jealousy to be ignored. I always say that with the Five of Hearts. So if you're dealing with gossip or jealousy or people talking about you, whatever, I feel like you just need to ignore it at this time. I do feel some of you could be dealing with that. For others, this is the birth of something new, and King of Hearts could be the birth of a new home. This card is called the House in the Lenormand card reading system, so it just represents a house, a home. So again, some of you could be getting a new home. Four diamonds as well, definitely. Some of you could be moving. This could also be the sale of a home if you're trying to sell a home. And for others, this could be a return. So you could be like returning to a job that you had in the past. This has come up for a couple of signs as well. You, Capricorn, somebody else, I think, as well. But you could be like returning to an old job, or you could be just getting a very similar job to something that you had in the past. So you could have like a lot of knowledge or something like that. For others, this could represent just like the, kind of going with the flow. If you have a business, saying, there will be times where you're making a bunch of money and then times where you're maybe making less. So it's a card of like needing to ride those waves, and it's a card of needing to kind of track those things and pay attention to them in business, like when money comes in, when it goes out, and like trying to create a better flow here. I feel like just by paying attention to it and just by noticing like, oh, like the first week of every month sucks, but the rest of the month is great. So I just need to prepare for the first week of every month, and I just need to realize that I need to have a little bit more cash on hand, or whatever. Or maybe you need to change your marketing strategy so you get people in the first week. It could be anything. So I feel like you just need to pay attention in business. Next, you have the Four of Diamonds and the Five of Spades. Definitely a move. Some of you could be moving for sure. Again, this comes up a lot now. We have a lot of movement type energy going on in the chart over here. This is a separation. This is a move. So like I said, some of you could just be moving, getting a new job. This could represent divorce as well. So some of you could be dealing with real estate and divorce, or dealing with the house. Some of you could just be dealing with security and divorce. It's like maybe you want to get divorced, but you can't, or because maybe money is a problem, or maybe you are waiting for a settlement here as well. So I feel a lot of that stuff. I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with anything involving security and a separation. It could even be that you want to leave your job, but again, maybe it's very secure, and it's like you're just trying to find something else that would take its place. So I feel like a lot of you, I feel time. So again, I feel like a lot of you are kind of waiting, or it's like you're waiting for something here with these two cards. I feel like it's coming in. Again, very good card of security and protection, having all the things that you need, but it could just be taking a little bit of time. Next, you have the Nine of Spades and the Joker. So busyness. Again, this card, like I said, says, take that part-time position. Don't be afraid of part-time or temporary work. It could, again, turn into something much more. This card is a blessing in disguise. This card also asks you to move on. Like I said, I think it's you, Scorpio, somebody else keeps getting this message that says, basically maybe your job is fine, but there could be something better. So this is a card of like needing to move on to something better. It's saying there could be improvements in a different job. So it might be time for you to look for something different. It might also be time for you to look for something that actually uses your skills. Here with the Joker here, this is a card of like the Fool and kind of like the Magician as well. It says you have skills, talents, and abilities. It's like if you are not putting those things to use, Saturn and Capricorn is like use it or lose it. It's like if you have skills, you better be using them, or you better be using them to like the best of your abilities. This could also say you could be making money off of like hidden talents and abilities as well, like extra money on the side. I keep talking about this, like when Uranus finally goes into Taurus in March, it's like I think there will be new types of social media, new types like Uber and stuff like that. There will be ways for us to make money that have never existed before based off of our own like hidden talents and abilities. So we need to like strengthen those things. I don't care what your talent is, it doesn't matter. But this card here is saying make sure you are practicing, make sure you're strengthening your talents. You never know what could happen. Like I never thought I could be making money here on YouTube reading cards. Like who thinks that, right? So again, there are going to be other things like it. Just pay attention is what I would say there. Next and finally, you have the Five of Clubs and the Six of Hearts. Love it. Turnaround in the energy. This is a card of renovation. It just says you could be doing a lot of like internal work. You could be doing a lot of work on yourself to make yourself stronger, more confident, more assertive. Anything that could help you in business or work, and you could be making those changes, and it's going to lead to a turnaround. Six of Hearts is just simply the card of blocks lifting. It says you can try something that you have been trying to do financially again, even if you tried it in the past and it didn't work out. This is kind of like a second chance. Kind of, not really, but kind of is what I would say there. So I feel like you have another chance to do something, whether you tried to have a business and it failed, or you tried to get a certain job and it didn't work out. This card just says try again. This is a card of like follow up as well. I've been telling everybody all year that it's like if you want a job, follow up. And even if you don't get a job you want. I always tell a story of my brother. He wanted to get a job here locally at a certain place, and he didn't get it. He went in for the interview, didn't get it at first, but like every single week he was following up with the person who interviewed him. And guess who just got hired there a couple of months ago? Him. Why? Because he kept following up, kept talking to the guy and like all this other stuff. So because of that, he got hired. Like I said, all the stuff in Capricorn says is follow up. All the energy in Capricorn is like persistence and determination. So if you do that, you will get something, is what I would say to you. But looks like a really good month for you. I would just say a turnaround. I feel like it's like a turnaround month. Maybe, again, for some signs, it just hasn't been like an amazing financial. There hasn't been anything like amazing, groundbreaking financially, but definitely a turnaround. Things getting better, things being more stable is what I would say to you. So thank you for watching, and definitely enjoy your month.